Hi guys, welcome to Nairobi Sisterhood. It's your girl Maya and
Ngena.
and we are here to discuss the cost of moving out.
Yes.
Ooh, child. Okay.
Yeah, because we are at that age where moving out is a reality for us, and we have experienced it in different ways. So, and it's come with a lot of culture shock, with a lot of shock. Like there are so many things that
really the shock
we have
for me.
experienced that are just shocking. Like you just left like what? Wait. Hey.
True. And it's okay to not move out of your parents' house, by the way.
I'm actually for the idea of stay as long as you need.
Please. Personally, maybe it was circumstance. Because if it was up to me,
Yeah.
it was up to me.
Even me, it's also circumstance.
I
And now we are here.
Because this life, the cost of living out in these streets.
Yes.
No.
Did you realize that when you're in your parents' house, there's some things you would never even have to think about? That when you start thinking about them right now, it's like, what? This is a thing. Like when you realize that sufurias are sold separately from their tops, from the lids.
We made it was like a dustpan was 270. What?
Yeah.
And vitamba. Like how are the kitchen clothes?
200s.
240 and above. I remember thinking my 1,000 would just ended like that for what? 5 items, 4 items, 3 items.
Yes. And the items that you need. It's not that you don't need them.
I think it's the little things you didn't think were bought, but actually were
bought. Because they were always there. You were never missing on these things.
Me, there's something I never imagined that I would buy. Like, you know, there in your head you're thinking, okay, food obviously.
Yeah.
Basic those necessities like microwave, fridge. You know in your head that you'd need if you move out.
Yes.
But it's really the small things.
The small
duster, punguza when you besides the mop. Like it's there where you put your dirty clothes. It's really the small things for me.
You know what I never had for the longest time? Teaspoons.
You could use a normal spoon and be fine.
Yeah, but then I was
like a chopping board, like when you're packing, like when you're moving out, there are things you just would never think of. That's so weird.
Yeah.
And we met at kichungi. What's it called?
Even
what's it called? Corianders. Like the ones that Colanders. Like coriander ni nini?
Coriander ni dania.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny to me. Anyway. Colander.
Yeah.
Yo kizungu. Yo, si mnasikia? Si vya vitu.
Yo.
Si achai. You know, the one for the actual bigger things.
You have one of those?
I don't have one, but I just realized when I was sieving things, I was boiling. There's something I boiled and then I wanted to remove my. And I was like, wait, I don't even have that thing that people put. Like I thought,
you're rich.
I need to buy that.
You need to buy that. And then I was having another conversation.
Nini garlic.
The mortar. You know, I also don't have one of those. At the time I used to use.
I would need to buy all that, guys.
I used to have this hack of using cling film and then like the wooden part of a knife. Then you crush it.
I should do that because I've really been struggling to cut them into small pieces.
Yeah, but it's also not. I don't know if it's that effective. All I know is that a mortar and pestle is expensive. An actual proper.
Everything is so expensive. Me, I'm really struggling.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay,
let's get into it.
You got this.
I don't got this.
You do.
I mean, I would want to try. I hope I do, but
you do your best.
What do you think someone should consider when they're moving out?
Okay. As I was thinking about this topic, for me the costs can be separated into 3 major things. Like these are physical costs, an emotional one, and now the actual financial costs. Emotionally, it's draining. It's so draining to be moving from point A to point B, even if you're not moving out for the first time. Like I moved recently from one house to another, and I have not felt that drained, that overwhelmed in so long. So there's also like that emotional cost. And now physically, it's physically burdening to be carrying things and packing things, and it takes so long to actually get the shit in order.
The fact that you have to literally move.
You're
literally
moving.
I don't think I understood that moving is that much work.
Yeah.
Until I moved.
Yes.
I was like,
and you
wait a minute, I'm one person, I don't even have many things. But why is moving costing me this much? And why is it so taxing? And why do I have to start packing 2 days before I move so that I don't forget anything? Like,
you can't pack on the day that you're moving. I started packing like 3 days before, like from the house to the other one. And I couldn't even do it on my own. Like it would just get to night and I have barely dented things and you need to pack and unpack. And at the same time...
Not even that, then you forget what you've packed and what you've not packed. So you have to look
Like
for whether you
where?
packed the right, like whether you packed that thing that you thought you packed, but you remembered on your way out on the day of. I can't. And then at least you were moving from one house to another. That means you needed that house to be empty. So you could always go back and be like, okay, for real,
There's something
still left.
Yes.
Moving, because I was moving from my parents' house to the house I'm staying in. I'm just like, I keep forgetting things.
Yeah.
And then I'm just grateful that my parents were willing for me to pick the things in their kitchen and because
yes, if your parents let you shop in their house, imagine, please.
If you can shop
in
that fridge,
sweetie. I said in the previous episode, my mom saw things in my house and she was like, these things look familiar. And shop. Please,
if you
can, don't need them as much as you do.
If they don't remember them,
they didn't need them that much.
Yeah, those extra, those vijiko na nini za wageni, you're wageni. Plus you're one person, you're not gonna shop like, it's not like you're carrying 15 spoons. You're carrying like two, three. You'll be fine. They'll be fine. They will miss them.
This is the time I even shopped from my brother's house. I don't even think he ever noticed.
Actually, a robber.
Like, I needed forks, and he has like really nice forks, and there were many.
Not you stealing from your brother.
Why is it stealing is from my brother and shopping with
because your brother is a youngin like you.
He's not that young.
He's not fine. He's not that young, but still he's young. Like he's on like He
also has gone through this process to get
it's like someone. It's like if you had a baby sister and your sister robbed you.
I'd be mad, but
exactly.
I'm a last
no, but I don't think you'd be mad.
I'd be jealous.
I think you'd be used to it. Because right now we'll feel it because we're last born.
Yeah.
But if we weren't last born,
I'm a last born.
I'm so used to her taking like things.
So I think that's what my brother is.
You'd be like anyway. Okay. So for me, on top of to add on to the emotional bit, I think as someone who's moved out for the first time, I've moved out before, but it was temporarily. So it was 2 months and I didn't care, and I was come back home, and I was home every weekend and it was not far from Nairobi, so it was barely moving out. Now it's moving out to a new town.
Yes,
guys.
Yes,
it's one thing for me to deal with moving out. Already, I didn't like living alone because I don't like that it's quiet. I'm far from my friends. Even then, I wasn't that far from my friends because you guys used to visit me. But now it's far. You guys need to really plan to come see me. Yeah. You can't call me on Friday and say, oh, we're going to this and this place. Yeah. Can you come? Because I'm literally counties away. I'm struggling, guys. Ooh. It's been a short time, but I'm still struggling.
You haven't even fully experienced it, but you can already feel it.
I think in that week that I took when I had my move, I was like, wow, the house is so quiet. They have no one to come home to. That's the thing. That's the other thing. And then my friends are not close. Imagine I'm really going to try be in touch because I'm just feeling myself sinking.
Okay. We are here. Because the other thing about moving out is people don't really understand how lonely it can get. The process itself can be lonely because you're like, why am I going through all this on my own? Even if you have 1 or 2 people to help you, they may not always be there all the time because people have their lives. So now the thing is, you can be lonely in the process of moving out, and then when you get there, you've settled down, and then you're just alone in this quiet house that no one else is there.
You start calling people you shouldn't be calling, sis.
Don't call them.
Don't call that nigga. I'm joking.
But now how are they gonna come and find you counted?
No, that's not even that. I think it's you constantly want to be in touch with people. I'm already obsessed with my phone. I'm gonna be addicted to my phone because it'll never leave my hand. And I think I could feel myself. Even that thing for you have to think about what you're cooking that day.
Yes.
Living at home, that was an issue.
Don't have that issue.
Yes, I'll be made to cook 1 or 2 times, but it's once in a while. I'm not constantly thinking. Plus, it's not my home.
Yeah.
It's my parents' home.
Your parents' home.
So, bwana si wangu, watoto si wangu. You know what I mean? The husband is not mine, and the kids are not mine. So, if they stay hungry, I'll probably sleep hungry.
Yeah.
If I don't jikakamua, but if you're on your own. But now staying alone is me thinking about what I'm eating today. Tell me why I'm just fridges are important.
They are.
Because not having a fridge and having to eat food. Do you know I cooked the first time?
Yeah. You don't know how to cook for one person.
I don't know how to cook for one person.
Yeah.
So I've eaten supper, the same meal, supper, lunch. Supper, breakfast, lunch, the next supper.
Wow. Okay.
I was like,
that's a lot of food.
why did I buy all this meat and then I don't even know the portions for one person? So why tell me why I bought meat for 300 bob?
That's meat for a lot of people.
I
That is
know.
for like 2 people for 2 meals.
Bruh, I was just done with myself.
And now you don't have a fridge yet, so
And I don't have a fridge yet, so okay, adulting. I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm over
that is
it.
a thing.
I'm actually over it.
And then there's the cost of these things. Oh,
I'm actually over it.
Oh,
I'm going
baby
through the
girl.
motions, guys.
babes.
But the thing I wanted to ask to even speak about in terms of factors to consider when you moved to the house that you moved to. What did you consider? Because me, Paliniko Sai, I considered my location to where I work. I considered security, what the house looks like. Obviously, it has to look cute. And let me tell you, some towns. What we shall go by the way? I don't know what it is. You need to talk to your landlords because you can't have Kiku landlords. I agree, Kiku landlords. Why are there like 5 good houses in a whole county?
Yeah.
Please make it make sense. Because why am I entering a house and it's a cave? No lighting.
No lights.
Why are the closets there? They don't have doors.
So wait,
I don't understand. You
So
see,
it's just
why would you put for me
and it's not a walk-in closet?
a closet and then you don't put doors? I know you're saving on cost, but how much will bow? I just need it to close. I don't want the hangers to point at me all night. You couldn't do that for me, sir. You couldn't tile the floors. I saw some building.
Yeah.
Imeandikwa tiled houses. Do you know only the
Tiled.
bathroom were tiled?
Tiled. Wait, what? Wait, that is a way you can advertise a house?
No, like they usually put up attributes of the house.
Yes.
So they say
a tiled house is an
Wi-Fi,
attribute.
blah blah blah. There's no Wi-Fi, but like that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
They say tiled apartments. Then you enter the house and it's red. It's that red paint.
Oh, I know what
And
you're
then
talking about.
the house itself, the red paint is cement, but it's been painted
Yeah,
red.
I know that. I know.
What
I think it's usually a type of cement. I don't know.
even me, I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but you get the gist. I think if you live in Kenya and you've lived in those houses, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and then the bathroom is only part that has tiles. And I'm like, why did
What?
you write tiled apartments? And this place has no tiles. Do you not understand what tiled means?
You know, I'm learning right now that tiled houses is a thing.
Oh, child, it is. Given the houses May looked at, and I have
Yeah.
been house hunting for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, child, let me tell you.
Ooh.
Tell me why I'm seeing a house and it smells like toilet. Like the agent has opened the door and
you
the
still
house
smell
smells
it.
like chore, and I'm like, it's empty and it smells like this.
So
When
how
I
is
live
it
here,
to
how am I
be-
supposed to? What is going on?
So like the drainage has an issue already.
The bathrooms are moldy. Child, when I tell you, I didn't even realize the quality of houses are scarce. Like, sikujua quality houses are scarce. Maybe not in Nairobi, I don't know.
Even in Nairobi, because I've house hunted in Nairobi.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, it's also a struggle because you need to it's a give and take. So what is important to you?
And I think that's the saddest thing.
Yeah.
There's something you have to,
Especially if you're
give
not
up on.
depending on your budget. Obviously, if you have a higher budget,
You
then
can get a house wherever you want.
you can get
Indeed.
whatever kind of house you want.
But hey, if you're paying
you
your
have a
rent,
budget house, yes.
you're paying your rent and you don't got that much money, your options are limited. I'm just telling you,
Facts.
I didn't realize how scarce. How scarce good houses are.
Yeah.
Me, I'm actually stressed.
But you see,
Then you get a
even-
good house in such shitty neighborhood.
That's the
Why
other
am I
thing,
living-
the neighborhood?
Why am I living above a mechanic yard, guys? Why am I living? I don't know where.
The ghetto.
In shambles. It's shambolic.
Yeah,
Like
the house is amazing, but the environment is not. I
You
don't
have to
know
be
why
home-
there's always like.
you have to be home by 7. Because left you're caught outside by whoever.
Ooh.
Why? I don't know. It's such a.
That's okay. I think that's now. There's always a give and take. You ask me like what I would consider. For me, because I work from home primarily, so I needed the house to be
Amazing.
because I am there almost 24/7.
Yeah.
So as much as it's a bit farther from like CBD and I guess where my friends would be, it still was. I really liked the house and security.
I think security, especially if you're a woman
Especially
and you're living alone,
Yeah.
it's
So
important.
like for me it was important to have like our system, like I could see the system of entry and exit of people because I don't want to be in a place where someone can just show up
At your house.
yes
Yeah.
or at my door, or like if you know where I live you can just
Pop in.
yeah. Plus I also have a thing against people knowing where I live.
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
I needed that security and also just access to things. For me it's important for me to access to like
here for
food.
this one.
Food. Hata kama ni mama mboga, if there is no mama mboga within like a 2-3 minute walk, that's not the place for me.
Yeah.
And
I think it's also, even if it's far from the stage,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you don't have to live too far from where, if you don't have a car.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
those
is
with cars,
travel.
bless your soul, what you should be looking for is ample parking and secured parking.
Yes.
But for those without cars, how far you're gonna walk if you come home late and you're not taking a cab
True.
from where the means of transport is gonna drop you to where you live,
Yeah.
is very important. You're not trying to
And-
be entering the house with other people.
True.
Like
And
someone
if
is
they're-
just accosting you.
And even if it's a distance, is that distance lit? Like is that
Is it well
lighting?
lit?
Is it well lit? And
Are
is
there
it-
people? If you were to
Exactly.
scream, if something happened, would someone hear
Because
you?
anywhere I stay, as much as you can be out even at 3 a.m., but there'll always be people. Like it's just one of those
Oh,
places
it's a
where
busy
there-
place.
Yeah, there are always people.
And that can be a good and bad thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a good
It's
thing.
a good
You'd
thing.
rather a busy place than a deserted place.
Yes, because a lot can happen in a deserted place where no one will even ever know. But here, there are always people, you always get selling
You're
nyamachoma.
you're safer.
You are safer, but obviously,
Depending
the
on
advice
the-
that you don't walk alone
Not
at
even
night
that.
at that.
Depending
At
on
3 a.m.
who are these people at night in your
True,
neighborhood. Because it can be a busy place,
true.
but if it's
If
not a
it's
safe
busy with
neighborhood,
thugs.
that's it. Hey, you want the right kind of busy.
Okay. To be fair, this one is busy with people drinking.
Okay.
So
But
they're
then
not.
I went to look at
they're
a
not,
house and I said no to
attached
it.
to you.
I said no to it because it was right opposite a bar. And I said, me, you shall not keep me up at night.
It's the
I
noise.
mean,
It's
I
the
like
noise.
Dunda,
It's the
but
noise. You don't want to do that every
not
day.
at my house. I want it when I want to go out of the house to go find it. I don't want to find it. I don't want it to
Found
be,
you.
Bruh.
Maybe that's why I never went out the whole of like 2021 because I was living in a house that was sharing a wall with a bar, and it was Dunda 24/7.
Oh, I used to visit her and I'm like, oh, you don't Dunda? Like me, I'd never leave the house because the Dunda is here. The Dunda is in
Maybe
the house.
that's why I never used to leave the house because like, I got
Dunda
everything that I
was-
needed.
Yeah, that makes
Well,
sense. I think another thing to consider is, besides obviously security, location, distance, amenities, yo, tell me why I did not know. Okay, so in the town I live in, it's a small town.
You don't accept
And
for the town that you live in. It's not like they're gonna come find you.
Like they'll be like, to a shags.
What
Anyway,
that
but to be quite honest,
Mhm.
you know there are places where you see in Nairobi there's tokens, there are houses that are old that don't have the tokens. still.
Yeah.
So you have to go to KPLC, get your meter registered under your name, get your water meter registered under your name. Did I know these things existed?
Wow.
I know maybe this
Wow.
is ignorance on my part.
Nope, even I didn't know.
But yo, say I was
Even
shocked.
I'm learning this.
Actually, I'm going to Nyeri water to go
Yeah.
check and tell them my meter is this or Kakamega water. Whatever it is, like you have to go to Kenya Water
Yeah.
and KPLC, and I thought, and that's an extra cost,
Mm,
guys, because you have to pay for you pay a deposit for them to open that meter in your name, and then
Is that deposit going to be used in paying your bills?
no,
Oh.
that's just to open the thing your account.
Oh, okay.
So it's like 2,500 for electricity, 2,800 for water. I was like, what's going
When?
on? That's a lot
didn't
of
know
money.
this.
I know. I
What?
also didn't know, and I thought, I don't
This is
think
a
it's coming
thing.
at me. So that's an
Also-
extra cost on top of your rent, your deposit
And you actually pay for the steamer and the water.
at the end of the month,
Yeah.
or if it's
Or
tokens in
token.
advance.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Me, I'm telling you, the culture shock I'm getting, guys.
I
out
think I'm
here.
also getting culture shocked as you are getting because I didn't know this information.
It's wild.
Also, like if you've never, this is a valuable information for people who might be living Nairobi County
To other
to
countries.
other counties, or if you're considering it, because
Because I think, and it's also mostly in small towns.
Mostly,
Because I
yeah.
don't think
Because
like
if
it was Nakuru.
which
they
is
do
Nakuru,
that.
I don't think it would
Be like that. Because like bigger cities are like Nairobi, so they have the
Yeah.
tokens. They have, and then there are houses that are obviously modern that have Wi-Fi, and then there are places like where I
Does your
live.
place have Wi-Fi?
Some houses.
Or can you get Wi-Fi? Can you pay for Wi-Fi?
I think you can. I'm not sure that's a cost I'm to incur now. I think that's another thing about moving out. Priorities.
You need to choose which
You
cost
start
want
you
to
start thinking
incur.
about life and you're like, okay, do I need to pick this? And I'm like, okay, Wi-Fi is basic. Like
It's a basic. It's a
That's basic
necessity.
necessity, but then-
Internet is a human right.
Period.
access to internet.
No,
Anyway,
then you have to start thinking, am I giving up this? Am I saving for this? Do I want a sofa? Do I want... I think, now speaking into furniture,
Yeah.
because that's another cost.
Oof.
Sweetie, if you know you don't have the budget for a sofa set, now why okay? You're the only one who's living in that house. Don't stress yourself.
Please
Get only furniture that will accommodate you. If it's not one plastic chair,
Get
and one
that
plastic
plastic
coffee
chair.
table, get that.
Get that one cushion from your parents' house that they never use.
That one.
Get it.
Do
Use
not,
that one.
don't buy furniture on someone else's account.
My one.
You live in that house, like in terms of, you know, the
So
people
people
are like,
can come
so when
in.
people come, they have some. I'm like, you're getting it for yourself, sis, because you're 25,000, you're kununua sofa set,
Yeah.
I'm 30,000 plus, I'm 100k.
It's a lot of
depending
money.
on the type of seat you like.
Yeah, and you want.
You want to reach for someone else and not yourself. You need to get.
It doesn't
serious.
make sense.
You need to get
I think
serious.
for the longest time, even like when I was in my previous house, I think I stayed for like 4 or 5 months with one seat, just one seat and like a cushion on the floor, and I was comfortable.
And it's
I
your
would be
house.
like, if you want to come, but John, niko na kiti moja.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I don't know where you all sit.
I don't know where you're trying to sit, but okay. Yeah.
And then I think that's also something I noted when I was telling you, oh, you know the house I'm in, I like it because you guys can even come and there's enough room.
Yeah.
And then you said, City, get a house for yourself.
Yeah.
Because in my head I was also
Yeah.
picturing how my friends are coming to
friends are gonna
visit.
come and
And then it
chill.
hit me, bruh.
But
I'm not
as much
living in
as
that house.
we might come once or twice, you are in that house every
Constantly.
day. And yes, we would like to be comfortable, and you would want us to be comfortable.
But
But,
that's
our
not a
comfort for
struggle.
one day versus your comfort for the rest
So
of the time you're there.
Yeah. And not even that, why would I spend money on a bigger house instead of getting a house that I would want? Like,
Yes.
whatever budget I have,
Yeah.
or however, whatever would suit me personally, like me mwenyewe, one person, for someone else. And you
It
guys
doesn't
are,
matter.
You
And
come and
us
sleep in
guys
an
don't
Airbnb,
care.
by the way.
First of
It's
all,
not that deep.
exactly, we don't care enough for
Not
it
that
to be
deep.
like, oh my god, Maya, your house is so small. Oh, we can't sleep here.
where is yours? Excuse me.
Facts.
Which rent are you paying?
Facts.
Thought so.
Facts.
Yeah.
So plus us, we are empathetic enough to know that it doesn't matter. If we're coming to you, we're coming to see you. Plus we can always get an Airbnb.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting. Where there's so much to consider when you're moving out.
There is. And then now for me, the other cost that I didn't know until that point of paying it was, see how you can have movers. Like, yes. No, the cost of the mover, you know that you're going to pay someone to move your things.
So expensive.
It is expensive.
So expensive.
It is expensive. And actual movers like Cube Movers and these other actual moving companies.
Yeah.
Where they sent me a quote, and I think I went to the toilet. Like I just
needed a moment.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't use them, but it was very expensive.
And you know, you're saying these movers, in speaking onto the cost of movers before you go to the next point for moving, imagine moving from one town to another. My friend literally considered selling all her things
and then buying
them in the town she was going to,
Yeah.
because the cost of moving from Nairobi to Kisumu,
it's so
you think about it and you're
expensive.
like, yo. But then also she ended up paying that cost because she thought about selling and the cost of things that she's going to buy. It wasn't like, it's so expensive right now. It's such an expensive time to be buying things.
Yeah.
She'd rather just keep the things she has and spend that money for transport.
Wow.
But it's so much to think about.
It is. That's a
So
lot.
much to think about. And mind you, you're moving. You've not been paid your salary for the place
you
you're
haven't
moving to because you've not started working.
working.
Guy life.
Yeah, and then before you actually
Adulting.
settle down, and then that salary comes in, and then you're like, okay, now we are good to start life. It's like a month into it. So this month
Yeah.
you're still paying bills, you're still eating, you're still living your life, still paying transport to go to work. But
Moving
it
is
incurs such
actually,
a huge cost in the initial that
you're trying to recover.
yeah.
The first month or second month you're
Uh,
out of that house, you're trying to recover.
Yep. And then okay, what I was saying about the cost of moving is, yes, you know we're gonna pay for movers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, offloaders, like unloaders and offloaders,
They're different. They're separate.
No, they can be the same people, but
Who was fainted?
Wait. You're asking whether they're different from the cost of the moving truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know. What?
Yes.
Say it about.
Let me
I thought
tell
they
you.
come with a company.
Oh, if you're
but
paying,
no.
if you're paying
But
a
then
company,
you see, you're paying someone. You're paying a transporter.
yes. If you're
not
paying a company, fine. If you're paying a transporter, that's a very different cost.
I get that.
So for me, the two guys who helped me move the things into the new house when they finished the job and they're like, okay, so I had like an idea of how much I thought they were, only for this guy to quote like 2,000 shillings per person for like
You're
an
kidding
hour
me.
of loading or something like that.
But why did you? I feel like okay, this is another thing. Please discuss your
Yes,
costs
before
because you'll be in for rude awakening. That was me when I paid agents
Yes.
to find me a house because it's so hard. By the way, if you're moving to another town, please pay an agent because it'll be very difficult for you to find good houses when you're not being directed.
Yeah.
But that's a cost. Did
It
you
is.
know I didn't know the cost of paying the agent was separate from the cost of transport? So I had to
Oh.
pay the agent for the viewing fees and then pay for the transport.
Whose transport?
Like us being transported to see houses.
That's
Because I didn't have a
different.
car, so I paid a taxi to take us around to all those houses that we saw.
Wow. Girl,
I
you're
was
rich.
Girl, I'm not.
You're
I'm
rich,
struggling.
rich. Oh.
I'm struggling.
What?
I didn't even learn the way of loaders. We're learning things.
We are learning things here. We have not. Eventually, we had an agreement. Like we talked about the price because I felt like alikuwa ananigonga because I'm just like some female that he just met and he thought I had money or something like that. But yeah, that cost is different and it can be
That's
more than
wild.
you expect. And talk about these prices beforehand. Whatever you think the price will be, it probably will not be that.
Yeah.
It probably will be higher.
Yeah,
So talk about these things beforehand with your whatever service provider you're using.
that's true.
My way.
But also this reminds me of that time we moved. Okay, I moved out and Gina had moved out at the time. No, you hadn't moved out when we were in uni.
Oh, okay.
But then I moved to the town that's not far from Nairobi. Like it was like barely like moving.
Yeah.
And niligongwa. I was gongwad because I bought, I think was it 4 apples for like 200 shillings. Do you remember? And then I remember Gina was like, "Ati, you got what?" Then I said,
this, but yeah,
and Gina was like, "Sweetie, that's not the price. And why would you pay 50 shillings per apple?" And they were roadside apples.
Yeah.
If they were supermarket, I'd understand. But what is going on?
But even
then I said,
it's cheaper than roadside.
not even that. In my head, I was like, it's the not knowing the cost of things.
Yes, that's it.
So I think please do your homework
At
because
least
you're going
try.
to really be surprised. Me, I'm telling you the things I've bought, and I'm like, I remember even telling someone about the dustpan and the kitchen cloth, and then they said, "Sweetie, you're shopping at the wrong places. Why are you buying them in a supermarket?"
That's also true. You need to know where to buy these things if you want to get them.
But
in
it was
affordable
that's the
manner.
thing. It was so I don't think in my head because it's always a supermarket. Like I don't.
To you, it's always been a supermarket.
So I'm like, "Sweetie, your pocket
You
and
need to
your
go-
lifestyle and your pocket are not aligned."
True.
It's actually shocking.
Yeah.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed just thinking about how much money I would have saved if I did it differently. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna kill myself.
No. Yeah,
Moving
don't
on.
do that.
Moving forward.
Yes, don't kill
Yes.
yourself about
But
it.
for
Because
now,
also you've learned. I think some of this thing you only know once you've experienced it. Because like if you don't talk to me if you don't tell me that you need a dustpan, I wouldn't know that you need a dustpan to tell you. Okay, go look here, go look there.
Listen.
And also, it's
Not
not a
another
thing that
thing.
you think about telling people. It's just
It's
in the
life.
emotions of life.
It's in the emotions of life.
And then you learn because you're in the emotions of life. So
Which is-
don't
yeah, I wouldn't
beat
beat
yourself
myself
up
up.
about it.
But it was just so interesting. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm not buying them at the wrong place. It's just that I'm in a new town. I don't
Yes.
even know where the soko is.
Yes.
So for you to tell me to go find it in a market, I don't know where the market is. I
Also-
barely know where I work. Like, child.
Look at it like this also. It's also like the cost of convenience and the cost of saving yourself time.
Yeah.
Because you may need to use so much time
Yeah.
and effort
Yeah.
and then go through some suffering that you may not necessarily need to go through if you're paying that 270
That's
bob
true.
for a dust
Sometimes
pan.
you pay for
Sometimes you just
convenience.
pay for it and you'll be like, okay,
It's
I've
over and
bought
done
it,
with.
done with. I'm in the house now,
Yeah.
saving myself like 3 hours.
Yeah, of that walk.
Yeah.
And the tediousness of
Going
actually
through, trying to
picking
look,
and
negotiating, bargaining.
And that remindet me of a conversation she posted on her stories. Please follow her on her Insta.
Thank you. I am Gina.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what my handle
So Gina posted when you made your seats.
Oh yeah.
Because we're talking about furniture.
Yeah.
She revamped her furniture and I remember you posting, please don't
How
come into my
much?
DMs. and tell me I would have gotten them at a cheaper price, because she already did her homework and she settled on this. So who are you to come tell someone like do this and this is how to do it? Let people do what they want to do at the price they want to do it.
Yeah, and then they, in the same, like when I posted that, like someone else was, one of a friend of mine said that she bought her curtains at you know how people will go to buy the curtains in Isili, she didn't buy hers there. She went into like a proper mall, she picked out the design that she wants, she paid a lot of money for them, and when she was telling people how much she paid for them, it was upwards of 50 G's. When she was telling people how much she paid for them,
that's the face they had. That's what I have had. That's the face they had when they had the.
And I've just said a random like upwards of, because I'm not trying to shake people. So, and then guys were like, oh no, you should have tried this elite, it's so much cheaper, you could have got them for like 9k or whatever. So she did. She went to Isili, and then she told me that she wishes she had never even wasted her time. Said like the designs were off, it wasn't the quality that she wanted. She wasted her time, her energy, and the fact that she left her house to go to a crowded area in a market, and she could have been soft lifing. She's like, no, I will do this.
Imagine
if you want to go to buy from Isili, go buy from Isili. If someone else wants to buy their things from a mall, or like they want to go to Westgate and shop in those fancy stores, let them do that.
You know what I love is that's her preference.
Yes.
And someone else's preference is saving their coins.
Yes.
You know? And maybe even that one saved her coin because she was
you never know. Maybe she did.
There are things
she did her research, and
it's an opportunity cost. You give and take. There's a time I was talking to someone and they said I'm too old to be going to the market. That was when I was younger. Like I'm past that season of my life, and I was there for it. I was just like, go you, you'll be doing. I feel like okay, and no offense, but not everyday struggle. And I feel like even me, when I'm retired, I'm not gonna be going to Inama. Retired?
What do you mean retired? Please. Next year? I'm not trying to go to Inama.
I mean, you can retire. You can retire in your 20s.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you can stop working and money works for you.
True. The point is, let us not glorify suffering, and it's okay for even that time we will opt to go to decor and shop from there and do all those things, and that's fine. But when someone chooses to not do,
don't shame people who choose not to thrift.
Or to get things at a cheaper place. Or don't do that.
Don't do that. Let people buy not even that. As business people, as entrepreneurs. I'm here to tell you that there's a target market for everything.
True.
So you and you are so expensive. The thing is not for you. Let me tell you, you owe me 1 million from Tangelunua, you owe me 1 million, but it's not for you. You who thinks would have bought it for 50, you go to the place that's selling it for 50. I saw people shading these watches Enkata on Twitter, and I was so bitter because as an entrepreneur, yes, you'll source for things and you'll get things. Who are you to come ruin my market saying my things are expensive? But before you knew, you were buying those things. You know what I mean? There are people who bought them without complaining. Because you feel like 8,000 is a lot of money, 5,000 is a lot of money, you're gonna shit on someone else's business. Let people make money, please.
Yes.
There's even someone who was hating on one of these influencers and said, oh, but her clothes come from China. I said, so what? So you want them to come from Vietnamese? As in Vietnam. Unataka zitoke?
Like, here's the thing I figured. People don't understand the cost of doing business. They may be coming from China, but how it works in China is that the factories have tiers. Depending on the quality you want. I could get this cup for $1. I could also get a cup that looks like this, but different quality for $100. So for me to come and sell it to you, that person may sell it the $1 cup to you at $3, and then the other one will be sold at $250. So you in your mind you're like, but this person is selling it for only $3. Then go buy that one.
Go buy that one. People are bitter. Let people make money.
Or you come to my businesses and be like, but this page is selling it for less. Then go buy it there.
Why are you in my DMs telling me how much I should be buying something, sir? Leave me alone.
How much you should be buying, or as an entrepreneur, how much you should be charging.
Not even that. You don't know how much cost I'm paying in taxes. You don't know how much cost I'm paying in shipping. You don't know. So it's for you to tell me it's too expensive. It's too expensive for you.
It's too expensive for you.
For you is silent. For you. Capital letters for you.
And there's nothing wrong with something being too expensive for you. Just accept. Even us, you can't afford everything that you want.
Maybe I see and I'm like, hey, that's so costly.
Like what?
But I'm not saying I'm not saying it's overpriced. There's a difference between overpriced and costly.
I'm saying I can't afford it right now.
Me personally,
it's out of my budget.
Out of my budget. Keep it moving. If it's out of my budget, I'm like, okay, you know what? Those swimsuits are so cute. But I'm not spending 2,000 on a swimsuit. And that's my personal look.
Yeah, and it may be I'm not spending 2,000 on a swimsuit right now.
Right now. Hey, give it the chance. At a 50,000.
Yes.
Swimsuit
Let me tell you, see like how people were shitting on their watches and all. I am the kind of person who I thought they were even well priced. Like in my mind I was like, I could probably pay more.
You know.
But the other people would be like, oh, but their watches like you can pay 1,000 bob for such a watch, then go buy that one.
Like me, not even that. Why weren't you buying the 1,000 bob one before Nkata branded and sold and became a brand? You know what I mean?
You're also selling a brand, an appearance, a thing, whatever.
What is going on?
Just
where were you when you should have done it yourself?
Yeah,
I see. I'm actually over it, but the cost of things. But I do agree the cost of things is high.
The cost of living right now is high.
Cost of living is doing it. Maybe it was mafuta. You know, I bought cooking oil. I almost fainted.
You know, cooking oil is like
I almost fainted.
It's a product that you should be stocking right now because it's about to disappear from our shelves.
You think
there's a shortage?
I think I saw something.
Yeah, there's a shortage of cooking.
You know, why? The most painful thing is like talking about how we were robbed of cooking oil. No, I wouldn't unpack with Gina that one, but we got like 5 liters of cooking oil and it ended in like a week, and we're like, it didn't end like. But
your family, you have people living in your house, but your family is not that big.
I'm like we did not finish 5 liters of oil. Where did you take the oil, ma'am?
Juice.
That's the thing. Yeah. And then it's knowing how expensive cooking oil is now. So I'm like,
the pain. Some things will pain you to buy. Like
busy.
Some things will actually pain you to buy. Cooking oil.
Me gas yangu, I'm really praying it doesn't isha.
You know, my mom was using my gas, and then she said, "Like gas inakuisha," and I prayed and I was like, "Tema yo mate." Because
I got money to buy gas right now.
I know.
Please. You guys are stressing me. By the way, I'm stressed. I'm actually stressed.
But the bill that I hate paying the most is usually tokens because they end so abruptly. Like you're just casually living your life and then ding.
Oh yeah, because it's not like.
And it's not like a planned for thing. Because rent, like you pay for rent at the time every month. You pay for garbage or whatever.
That's stressing me. That rent thing is stressing me proper. Because now I'm thinking of moving from where I am now. Because also moving to another town, the thing you'll notice is you'll live in a house. You'll move to a house because you don't have enough notice or you don't have enough time to look for a good house and you don't know the area. You'll just pick the best option you can find.
Yeah.
But then you need to also accommodate the fact that you're gonna move because you're gonna move
because
you chose the best option at the time. You didn't choose the best option for you.
Yeah.
I know I'm thinking about that cost and I'm just thinking about another deposit. And then please read your rental agreements.
Read them.
So that you know your notice period, you know your consequences, you know how much the landlord will deduct. And please note that it's the landlord's responsibility to fix the things in your house upon moving in. So if you move into a house and things are broken, if the door is not fixed and is not shutting or is still shut,
problem. It's the landlord's responsibility.
I think you really need to be aware of the landlord's responsibilities and your responsibilities as a tenant, so that you're not caught up in you're fixing things for people.
Yeah.
And then please don't be tricked. My friend was told, the door is. She told her landlord the door is spoiled. She can't live in a house that the door is not shutting.
Yeah, security.
The main door, like it's one thing if the inside doors can't close,
but if the main door is not shutting,
I might as well be living outside. Yeah, guys. So she complained, and the landlord told her, don't worry, just fix it. I'll cut it from your next rent. Don't be fooled. Those games, don't play them. Madam, don't play them. Please know your rights as a tenant because you will be screwed over.
You can be landlords. On that story for returning deposits, in Nairobi mainland, if it's a house especially under 25k, just consider that deposit as good as gone.
Yeah.
Because they will come up with a bunch of excuses of why they will return to you like 3k out of the deposit that you're paying. But I think I usually count it as a cost. Like I never expect it back because you can hustle. You'll go through like a back and forth with the landlord, and emotionally it's very distressing to keep asking someone for your money, which you know is yours. So I choose to just be like,
I think but there are things I know that are standard for them to minus. They're paying for the house.
Yeah.
But you know any what are they called, broken things?
Fine, but they exaggerate those costs. So they will say the paint which makes sense, but then they will say the cost of the painters, the labor, the transport for the
that's
laborers.
not a you problem.
Mm-mm. They will minus, or rather that is what I have had landlords say
You're
before.
kidding me? Me, I've not had that. Me, I just know they reduce the paint. They minus the paint, which should be what, 3K. Kwani, what are you want me to paint this house myself? Because I will do it, ma'am. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
I'm tired.
Don't play with me. I'm gonna paint this house myself.
Tired. Anyway,
do you think? Okay, speaking about, because we're talking about houses. Just a quick question. Do you think you would decorate a house?
Mm-hmm.
You know, then people do additional things to houses. Would you do that to a rental?
How additional is additional?
Like proper.
Like
I don't know.
Wallpaper.
You know, wallpaper, paint and enable black. Add what are those called? The wall hangings that you put.
Yeah.
The cute ones, like in Patricia Kioro's house, like you've seen on her Instagram, or even the way this is does her house.
Yeah.
Would you do things like those to your house, knowing it's a rental?
Depends. If I like it knowing that I'm going to be here for a long time, then I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
But and also I would try and do things that are not like permanent. Yes, we can paint and they will paint either way, so that's fine. But having like fixtures that I know I can remove and go with.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you?
Okay. Imagine I've always thought about it, and I'm
then?
just like, I'm not sure I would do it to a house.
But what if you need
but
to
it's
make
good
it
to
your
curate
own.
your space.
Yeah, you need to make it your own.
I think I've not lived in a house that I would want to do that.
That's the thing.
Yet.
It needs to be a house. For me, I'd be thinking about it semi-permanently.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm here for a really long time.
A really long time
so
before
I
I
need
move
make
to
it
my own permanent home.
If you want a permanent
If
home,
that's
because
what
not everyone also. not
Yeah,
everyone
that's
wants
true.
that.
That's true. I
Yeah.
get that. That makes sense. So I think we are done.
We're done with the episode.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do?
We were gonna just questions.
Oh yeah, like just a question each. Okay, so my question to you is like in regards to this moving thing. Other than Kenya, which other country would you be open to moving and living in?
Open
Permanently.
Permanently.
Yeah, not just visiting, not vacation.
I've really not wanted to live outside Kenya. Not that I don't have big dreams, guys. I do. I think when you're exposed, you realize that the life that people speak about out there or abroad, like people are out here living like saying, I want to go to the Americas, and I'm like, it's really not that. It's not all you think it is. Because people live in a dream that life abroad is like this, and I'm like, those people work hard.
They do.
Those people work really hard to live the lives that they live. And there's some luxuries that we have in Kenya that people abroad don't have.
Yeah.
So, but if I was to really move to, maybe honestly, I'd move to Cape Town.
Oh,
South Africa for me.
Okay.
Which is weird because I am very anti-racism.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's just for me, Cape Town is beautiful enough for me because it's like abroad but in Africa.
Okay.
I want a place that will give me
African vibes.
Also but abroad
enough for you to feel like
first world country, transport infrastructure, but Africa.
Yeah.
I want my people around me to be black. I want Kenya, like African food.
You want to be able to have access to African
and culture and African culture on top of living in a place that's developed.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I could get that in another country that's not in Africa, maybe then.
But it's difficult.
But
live African culture in another country.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It's tricky. Yeah.
You? Weirdly, and I never thought this would ever be my answer, but I'd want to live in LA, in America.
What?
Yeah, in California.
I think I have I feel like the media has really sensationalized America being really horrible to black people that I can't envision.
Yeah, okay. I think for me the reason I'd say that is because one, I'm imagining by the time I'm going to live there, I have California and LA money.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna be Gucci. You're good to go.
Yeah. So not living here to go and hustle there per se. Like already my hustle has picked up enough for me to be like, okay, I could relocate to somewhere else.
I hear
that
you.
would be the place.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because I think I love the weather. I am not a cold person.
Me, I don't do cold.
Even currently I'm struggling because Nairobi has a few clouds.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Me and you both, because
we have hot water here. We are shows.
we are old. We're not playing those games.
Yeah.
But cold weather is not it.
I don't like cold. That's why I would never envision myself moving to Europe.
Me too.
To me, it's too gloomy, it's too cold. I think I would get...
It's too dead.
I get a bit depressed because the weather affects my mood so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the weather in California.
That's
and I
nice.
actually want to like
That's
just
a really good
experience
one.
the lifestyle.
It's a really good one.
Like dressing however you want, shopping.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, LA, I don't know.
That's
I've never
LA,
thought
bitch.
about it.
Let's
LA
go,
is
let's
actually
go,
nice.
let's go. Anyway.
This podcast is about to make us famous. We're coming to LA.
Yeah. So
babes.
guys, share this podcast so that Maya and I can go to LA and we can take videos and share them with you guys.
Dead. I think my question for you would be, okay, who is a celebrity you would, not even a celebrity, a well-known person that you would want to meet?
I would want to meet.
That's
What?
that's what the question. The question is based on that. I just want to know who it, like Michelle Obama, Taraji P. Henson, like who would you really want to see?
Just to meet.
To meet, talk to, you would die if you met them today, like of excitement.
I don't know if you know this person.
Who?
He's a YouTuber from Australia. Do I even remember his name? No, let's not go with that one. Let's go. Okay, let me do more mainstream. I think I would like to meet. Actually, that's a good question. Wait.
Maybe that's
I'm
even the question.
I'm overthinking.
Now that you're thinking about it.
Okay, because I definitely want it to be a black woman. I definitely want it to be a black woman. So I think I'd actually go with she was an actress in. She got married recently. She was an actress in this series that was Insecure.
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae.
Oh, Issa Rae, love
Yeah, I'm
her.
bad with names, but
So
I love
would
to meet
you
Yeah.
spend 30 minutes of your life with Issa Rae, or one day, or meet Rihanna one day of every month?
Aye, that's an easy one. Rihanna. How? You can't even compare.
I hear you.
Okay, no, there's nothing wrong with Issa Rae, but I wanna meet Rihanna one day every month. Like we'll have like dates, then we have
Imagine,
friends.
then you'd be like the auntie to her
We'd be
baby.
friends.
But imagine now
yeah.
mine, the person I would insert there would probably be Viola Davis.
Yeah,
Oh God.
she's a powerhouse.
Oh my
She's
God.
a powerhouse.
Oh
We
my
love
God.
it.
Imagine I'd rather meet Viola Davis for like 30 minutes, just 30 minutes,
Yeah.
than meet Rihanna every day for a
Wow,
month.
I
every
get
month.
it though, but Viola is. she's
Viola
amazing.
is Viola. Viola,
Yeah.
if you don't know, please Google Viola Davis
If you
is
don't
How to Get Away with Murder, Annalise.
Mine
Well,
even on like her productions, like the
I think
way
she's also in The Help, the movie. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is that for me, yes, the acting that she's done, perfect. But the production that she's made, the scripts that she's written and
Yeah.
produced and have come to light, oh my God.
Meets the
amazing
characters she
stories.
plays. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's deep, and her
She's-
speeches.
yeah.
Oh, she's so, it's, if I could be that woman for a day,
You would be that woman.
I couldn't even believe it. She's
Yeah.
just phenomenal.
I get. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, that was my last question.
Okay, I guess we are done with the podcast. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Make sure to share this episode with your friends and catch us on all social media platforms. You can watch this episode. You can watch our other episodes on YouTube or listen to them on Spotify and other platforms. Thank you so much. Bye.